I was very like a child. I don't have a specific memory for something that led me into this path. It really started when I went to photography school. That was the push on my father. My father was a projectionist of Lux Film, a major company in Italy, and he would love to the continuation of himself was part of the creation of those images that he was screening every day. When I started over there, I remember that I did because he told me to do. That was not my feeling. But step by step into the laboratory, in developing an image, or starting to realize what I remember the main. I was mesmerized by the fact that an image was coming out into this little tank of the development. That was a kind of mystery being revealed. And from that moment on, I really started to realize there was something I want to know how it was revealed, how this mystery can come out. I mean, Apocalypse Now, I knew very well what I was trying to do was mainly the fact that in using artificial color or artificial light on top to natural color and natural light was my main theme. That I knew very well. What I was not very well completely aware of the meaning, the interior meaning of every single color. I was not at that so aware of that. I was very innocent in that area. But I was very strong in the way that I was using light and shadows, because light and shadow was the two my main motif. And Apocalypse Now was practically the closing first chapter of my life. Was really the awareness to know what that light means consciousness and shadows means unconscious. And to find a way to put these two together and knowing conflict between them was really my main research, my main theme, what I was looking for. But the meaning of every single color, no, I was not so aware of it. I was too innocent at that time. And only after Apocalypse Now, I realized that I need to know. I need to be aware. I need to be conscious. I need to be determined in this area. I started with Goethe. Goethe wrote in 1810 a full book about the philosophy of color. Sergei Eisenstein, the German, not the German, the Russian director, wrote a book about the meaning of color. And there are so many scientists and philosophers that wrote about division and color. So I was reading all of them in order to be really conscious of the meaning of each one. We all receive energy from the main source, which is the sun. And these energies make yourself react in different way. If you take in the entire light and you go in deeper inside, you discover that it's formed like Isaac Newton studied by different wavelengths. He said, this is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That's by eyes. But if you go deeply inside, there are millions of different colors, of course. What that means, they each one vibrating with different wavelengths. So is the energy, when I say red or green or blue, they are receiving is different. My body reacts in different way because my blood pressure is changing. My metabolism is changing. To know the meaning of each one of those is like to know the seven notes and the way that you can play music. It's like to know the way that you can write. So if you know the meaning, you can use in order to write with light that story. I love the story of Dune. Because basically the story of Dune is the story of a new Messiah, which is the story of the human being, which is our story. I would love to tell a human being journey. How you can tell a human being journey? You have to describe a change between one stage to another. So I thought maybe if I take the principle from the Greek philosopher Aristotle or Plato, they say the whole life is divided and is contained, is formed by 4 basic elements: earth, water, fire, air. Those 4 elements, in harmony and conflict between them, creating life. Those 4 elements, in a harmony all together, are forming energy, which is the basic element of life. In order to reach the end of the journey, you have to go through for these 4 stages. So I thought to myself, okay, if I visualize, for example, the house of the Atreides with the element of earth, the element earth can be represented with black or ochre, because it's really, black is the matter, black is the solidity, black is the protection against the evil, black is the beginning of everything. And I say I can represent the House Atreides like a classic family, like the Medici in the 15th century in Florence, where Duke Leto is one of the more rationalist person, so everything is in balance with him. Everything is rational. Everything has to be the perspective, the harmony between colors and shadows have to be almost in monochromatic. Everything is quite in harmony, quite in balance. One of these lady, which is the mother of the main character, fall in love with the Duke later. And he is born, and he knows that he has to have this incredible weight on his shoulder to be what they prepare they're supposed to be. He want to be just a normal human being. And he has to face right away one of the main stronger elements, fire, which is the House of Connor. Suddenly in his house, when soon he arrives in Dune, he faces violence, he faces overpowering, he faces the blood, he faces the killing of his own father, killing of all his family. So for this time, it's a major shock in his life. The only chance that he has is really to escaping, to be refugees into the native people, which are the Fremen. Fremen are people, the native people that are living without, where the element of water is the main element in the desert planet. They are represented with the color green. So he went from black, red, green. Now he realizes water is very important because this is one of the main elements of life. And after his experience, the 4th stage, which is the house of the imperial house, which is blue, they represent hair. And in Irulan, the daughter of the emperor is being represented with this color. The only way they can grow up, it can be mature, it can become the leader, the spiritual leader, the physical leader, is to live in these 4 stages, these 4 steps, to digest all those experiences, sentiment, emotion, and become mature, and become the leader, and that I represented with what represent the unification of element, energy, which is can be represented with white light. At the end is dressed in white. At the end is fighting his final battle with this very strong beam of light, because means they went through all these stages and finally it reached the moment they can be the leader. Dune at the beginning was really a limited budget, a limited schedule, and the fact that the main story is based in the desert, and particularly the most scene that was supposed to be shot at night, dawn, sunset, dusk, so in a very difficult light condition in the desert. And they realized that there was overcost for the project itself. The drama for John, the director, was the fact that the solution was to be in a studio, into a stage. And we developed this idea with my son Fabrizio to photograph any set that we need to print on this material, and we can print on a very solid material that I can light from front or from the back, giving different look. But also we can print on different material which is net. Give me the chance to see through. And we printed on this material that was 300 feet long, 40 feet high. So we created a new vision of the desert. And we were able to shoot the entire Dune in Prague into a stage without moving from the stage, without any problem about wind, the sun, day, night. Now, in this proper moment, I'm trying to, even if I try to be very conscious of what I'm saying, it's like a confession. It's like a treatment that we're doing now, like a psychoanalysis treatment. You let me go inside myself and pull out something that is within myself. And maybe without your questions, I was not even aware that it was there.